Oh, okay. Okay.
Here we are. Here we are. We're on. We're on.
We are?
Yeah. And record.
Action. And we're good.
Here we are today. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Red light.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
And it's recording.
Oh my god.
You can't even see it.
I think there should be a prop in the background
try
just
out.
to let us know that we're on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's all good. It's on video.
There you go. What's up, Jakey?
She wants to get in too. Jakey wants to get in the podcast.
We have lights.
Lights
in
everywhere.
the podcast. So yeah. How's everybody doing?
Good. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
Thanksgiving was great.
You guys get fucking full?
Too full.
Too full. I did too.
I ate a lot. Tiago saw me.
Yeah.
I was a pig.
Oh, you were.
Not ashamed.
I took like
Not
massive
ashamed.
shits for like 3 days.
Jesus.
Same
Thank
here,
you
man.
for sharing that information with
It
us.
was in
I told
insane.
Tiago that this morning. I'm like, damn, I've been taking
God.
massive shits for the past 3 days.
Thanks for letting us know your shitting schedule.
Hey, man, you know.
You should text me every time you go in.
I should,
Great
huh?
shitting. It's massive shit.
I'll
We
send
talk about shit all the time. Me and Tiago.
I'll send a
that's like-
Snapchat every time I go into the bathroom.
Really?
Tiago, no, I'm gonna start sending it to you. I'm going to the bathroom.
When you're proud of what you did.
All right.
All right.
when there's a big ass log.
Jesus. So how was your Thanksgiving, Case?
My Thanksgiving, it was okay. We all worked. I worked. My brother worked. My mom was home cooking.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Did you work yesterday?
I did. That's why I didn't come yesterday.
Oh, I know. You were tired. You
'Cause-
sent me a picture of a dark room.
Yeah, that was me
I
sleeping.
thought you were going to be naked.
I was.
No dick pic? No.
No, it was dark.
It was dark.
No, so I worked. So Thanksgiving, I was working at 5:30 in the evening until 11 that night.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
store-
I remember you told us.
Yeah, store closed at 12, so I went home, got a few hours sleep. Because I went home, I ate, because, that's my Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't fall asleep until around, like, maybe 1 o'clock.
Damn.
And then I was up at 4, because I was going in at 5:30 that morning.
Oh, for
Jesus.
Black Friday?
Yeah, for Black Friday.
brutal.
How was Black Friday? Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black
What the hell
Friday.
is it?
So
How's
normally
Black
the Black
Friday?
Friday is usually like they open late. They open at like 12 or 1 or 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
and they stay open throughout Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But this year was different. They ended up opening on Thanksgiving Day early, and then they closed at 12. So I worked that day. It wasn't as bad. I mean, it was a lot of people, and there's only one guy that actually gave me an attitude, but everyone else, they kind of understand. And, like, I was crowd control, so I just kind of stood there and make sure people knew where to go.
Why was he giving you an attitude?
Because, actually, so where I was, I was putting in electronics to, there's a line for
Damn, they were like,
the
let's
mobile
throw Case
phones.
under the bus here.
And then there was just a regular line for customers to check out at the registers.
Yeah.
So, and people, like, when they were coming down, they were rushing towards Target Mobile for the offer. And at the time, I didn't know what the offer was because I was never got up to speed on what was
Yeah.
for sale. But everything is on the flyer. If you got a flyer, well, we don't hand out flyers, but, you can go to, like, Target.com or check out the Target app, and it'll tell you what's on sale. So supposedly, apparently, there was a deal where if you got an Apple 8 or 8 Plus and you sign up, and with a contract with Target, you get a $250 gift certificate. So that was a deal, which isn't a bad deal.
That's definitely not a bad
I think
deal.
it's like 0 down payment too, if you get like good credit.
Wow.
So
$250.
the guy that gave me an attitude was, when he got down, he went right to Target Mobile to their desk, and we actually have line forming. So when people were starting to get in a rush, there was maybe about 5 or 6 people or so at the desk, and that's when I was like, nope, line starts here, sorry, can you, start over here? And then when the line starts to form, I went to those folks who were at the desk. I was like, sir, ma'am, like, there's a line here. Could you, please help get in, form the line? And one of the guys was like, but, like, I should be first because I got to the desk first.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, you just rush up there where there's actually a line. It's like, if you get in line, don't worry, like, they'll be able to accommodate you pretty
He didn't
soon.
say anything racist, did he?
No, but
Okay.
not at all. He was just upset that he wasn't first in line when he kind of was in his own mind. And then he was like giving me an attitude like, the setup should be a lot better, and like, you guys are like, like, we're so confused, we don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, you're in line now, and everybody's in line behind you. I think we're okay. You know, and he was just like,
You're so nice, dude. You are so nice.
Why? What would be your reaction?
I'd be like, you're moving to the back of the line. You got a problem. We have security for that shit.
Oh my god.
You're gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna be an asshole. How about that? Move your ass, motherfucker.
I'm good. I mean, I
You
understand
can't talk
people.
to the customers that way.
No, you
Well, you
understand
don't know me.
people.
I'll be fired that day.
And everyone's, you know, it's like, it is Christmas, it is, you know, like Black Friday, people in a rush. I've seen worse online at like Walmart
Oh, yeah.
or Best
Oh
Buy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I posted some
Or
pictures.
people-
You see
like-
the Canada one?
Canada
so,
one?
Canada is so nice that like when they were coming in, all the employees were just clapping and everybody's walking in
Oh
a single
my
file
God.
line. And they're just
God.
clapping
He's
like, come in, come in, come in.
hilariously
And they're just like clapping.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's
everybody's
like,
just
"Hi,
taking their
hello.
time.
How you
Nobody's
doing?"
running. They're just walking in.
Oh yeah, I saw one in America where people fucking climbing over each other.
We have to go to Canada.
Fucking Canadians.
Let's
to
go
Canada
Black,
for Black
Black
Friday.
Friday shopping in Canada.
Like it's a funny ass video. Like I think it was like Best Buy or something, and everybody's just clapping. All the employees are just clapping as they're all walking in.
Yeah.
I would have ran, but everybody else was just walking in.
They'd be like, "Who? What are you doing in Canada? What are you gonna be doing in Canada? I'm just gonna go Black Friday shopping."
Yeah, everybody's so much more nicer.
That's why I'm
Maybe
here.
Yeah, Canadians are super nice. They're too nice.
Nah, there's no such thing as too nice.
See,
Compared to
say
Americans,
say
they're
that
too nice.
situation
They're nicer, yeah.
that you were in.
Yeah.
That guy would have been like, "Oh, okay, it's fine. I'll go to the back of the line."
That's okay. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'll go to the
Oh,
back.
They say sorry a lot.
Did I step on somebody's place? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll
go in the back of
home.
line.
I'll just go home. I won't
This,
even
this was
shop
yours,
today.
right? I saw you looking at it first. Here you go.
Here you go. I saw you looking at it first. You could take this one.
So yeah, today I actually had kind of like a topic for us to talk about.
All right, start off.
Because, you know, Thanksgiving, you give thanks, and then the next day you fight people for 40-inch TVs, but...
Yeah. Besides
Oh.
Canadians.
Yeah.
Except in Canada.
Except in Canada, yeah. No, but I was thinking life lessons.
Life lessons.
Life lessons, yeah. We'll start with Junior. Damn. What's a life lesson that you've learned in the past? You know, let's put 5 years so you have a time frame.
5 years.
Yeah.
Damn. That's
It's pretty hot in here.
that's pretty
It's
hard.
always cold.
Life lessons, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
What have you learned?
In the past 5 years?
Come on, Junior.
In the
you learned
past
something.
5 years.
Yeah.
What have I learned?
Mm.
I can go first.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So
Julia's ready.
I am ready. So life lesson learned is to always smile and be nice to others. Like when I was younger, I remember when I was like 16, I was working at a dental office, and I have resting bitch face. So if I'm just like working or greeting a customer, I'm not really smiling. I just have a straight face. But now I've made more notice of like smiling to strangers, like walking down the street, just smiling at everybody, saying hi, because it changes everybody's mood. Like a simple hi just changes everybody's mood. Like it can go from a bad day to a good day, just saying hi to people.
Yeah.
Like it's just a simple life lesson, but that's what I've learned, to just be nicer to people, to strangers.
I think I know mine.
Go for it.
I remember when I was 18, I was listening to a Bruce Lee interview,
Oh, shit.
and I'm pretty sure everybody knows it. It's the Be Water.
Oh, be like water.
Yep.
And after that, after I listened to that interview, that's when I was like, you know, it's time to just like,
Went to take a shower.
yeah,
No.
you know, and just, you know, you just mold and adapt to your surroundings, and you know, just keep moving on instead of letting it crash.
Adapt and conquer.
I think that's one of my biggest things.
How about your case?
Life lessons. I say a lot of things. I learned a lot of things.
You're the
within the past
oldest
5
here.
years.
Like really.
I did. I learned a lot of things.
Come
I
on,
learned,
Uncle Case, what is it? Throw it
Uncle
at
Case,
us.
come
I
on.
definitely learned how to be a lot more humble too.
Yes.
You know, when I look at myself from an outside perspective, I'm like, I kind of have a lot of things. I have more things that I want, and I wake up every morning. I'm not gonna say like I'm not grateful for it, but I never realize that I have more than a lot of people. So I've become more humble. I've become a lot more grateful. And like I said a minute ago about looking at from an outside perspective, and then when I engage with people on all, you know, whether it's face to face, over the phone, or especially with working at Target too, is like I try to see it at their point of view and why they're reacting the way they are. So it's like, you know, trying to understand people. I learned that rather than being self-centered and looking at it from my point of view only.
Okay, so looking
can
at
agree
all
with that.
sides, trying to
To understand
empathize
people, right?
To people's
Understand why,
emotions.
because, you know, maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe that person is not a complete dick or asshole, even though they are at the moment.
That's how I look at it too. Just like last month, I was in a parking lot. I was gonna take a turn left, but there's a lady coming on my right, and she was going pretty fast, and I was just speeding up. I wasn't speeding up. I was just moving forward a little bit, and she started freaking out. She started swearing. She's like, "You fucking bitch! You fucking crazy bitch!" Like she was going crazy. Like I can see. She looked like she was
getting
possessed.
red?
Yeah, she was getting
She
red.
looked like a squeezed
She was-
penis.
Yeah.
A what?
But then
Squeezed penis.
Squeegee penis?
No,
Squeezed.
squeezed.
Oh,
she went
squeeze.
ballistic, and it wasn't.
Red and
It was
veiny.
something so small, but she went crazy. So I'm thinking, like, I was so calm. I'm like, go ahead, you can go. Nothing happened. There's no crotch. Go ahead. And I'm just here, like, I'm still calm, but I'm thinking, like, this bitch probably had a bad day. Like, just go ahead. Just let her scream at me. I'm not gonna go berserk and like go back at her because it just didn't make any sense. She just probably got dumped, or I don't know. But yeah, just trying to look at people's point of view rather than yourself, because then, you know, two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially from strangers. He's just
From
like,
strangers, I'm like,
you don't know them at all
I didn't-
personally.
yeah.
Now, unless I've been, like, I've seen Junior for, like, what, the past month or so. He seems like a cool dude.
I'm an
But if he
asshole.
starts acting like a dick, I'm like, no, he's just naturally a dick. And I'll
Yeah,
avoid him.
yeah.
I don't want to be friends with him. But he's a cool guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
But if I
alright.
just met Junior and he's being a dick, I'm like, all right,
He's got cool
my bro
hair.
just had a bad day.
Yeah.
He's got cool hair, though.
Yeah.
So he's
It's
okay in my
alright.
book.
That's alright.
He's the Asian Elvis, dude.
So what's yours, Tiago?
Always weird when you call me Tiago.
Why?
Well, oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Is it
What's
like-
yours, babe?
There you go.
You gave me all warm inside. No,
What's yours, babe?
but definitely the one about taking other people's perspective in life. But I don't give him a pass every time because I am usually quite collected. Not calm all the time, but quite collected in what I say and what I do. I used to be a lot more like, I'm still
Unfiltered.
unfiltered. I'm still very unfiltered most of the time, but I actually think about even the unfiltered things that I say. Definitely be kind to people, and one thing I've learned in the past 5 years is patience. I think Julia taught me a lot of patience because I used to be like, why the fuck are you so slow? Move your fucking ass. I never say it, but you could see it in my
Yeah.
face. One thing that I am not very good at is lying. So if I'm pissed off, you're gonna fucking know.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna know. Like if sometimes like today, I had a client who texts me 2 hours before her fucking appointment. I can't make it. I don't have a ride, and it's like you had 2 months
Uber, bitch.
to figure.
For who?
She's in Cape Cod.
Oh,
But you had 2 months to figure it out to come, and I booked for her and 4 of her friends.
Oh
So like
my
that's quite
Yeah.
annoying. It's like I saved a good 5 to 6 hours for them. So if you're not gonna show up, I lose 6 hours of work in a business. It's like shutting a convenience store for 6 hours at
Yeah.
rush hour.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday.
That's
It's rush hour. Everybody wants a Saturday. So that was kind of annoying. But
Yeah.
you know what I did? I've learned to, when clients do that, I just ignore it. I don't even, if I know you personally, I will text you back. Be like, that's fine, it happens. If I don't know you personally, you've never been to me, this is the first time, I didn't take a deposit because I'm taking on, on trust, I'm not answering you. You're going to get the silent treatment. And then when you do want to get another appointment, you're going to have to come in and drop off an actual deposit to make sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To make sure that you show up. Because when money is involved, people definitely show up. But also, life lesson is like, you can be nice, but don't take too much shit. I'm not saying fight back and be aggressive and be angry. I'm saying fight back in your own way. Like, don't let people step on you.
Yeah,
Don't be a
definitely.
pushover.
Don't
Yeah.
be
And-
a doormat.
Yeah.
It's
don't
good sometimes
ever-
to be an asshole here and there.
Yeah. There's
know.
moments. There's moments,
Yeah.
but don't let people step on you to get ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Right.
You put your foot on that step
Yeah.
before them, and you don't have to step on them,
Yeah.
but you can make yourself heard. I think that's huge as well.
That is. It's a big thing.
Plant your feet.
Plant your feet and be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Put your roots down.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like I am super. I would say I'm nice, right, guys? I'm nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but you're
You know, people say if someone calls themselves nice, that means they're not nice. But I would say I'm a nice girl. But the thing is like, I am nice, but sometimes people take advantage of me being so nice, and they kind of try to walk all over me. But I stand up for myself. I don't allow people to walk all over me. Like, I treat people with respect, and I expect the same. But then if you're gonna walk all over me and be unappreciative, then that's when it's just like I'll put my foot down and say something. But yeah, it's all about don't be a pushover, I guess.
Never.
Don't let people walk all over you.
Fight for
Yeah,
your
but I'm-
rights.
Because once they
Fight
see
for your rights.
you a pushover, then they know that they have control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They know they
Think
have
they will.
control.
They'll
Yeah.
take a shit in your coffee, smear it on your face. You gotta be careful. Because unfortunately, people have a tendency to take advantage over people.
Oh yeah.
Now, sometimes it's not even that they want to; is that you leave that open space, and when you leave an open space, something is gonna fill it. And if that's the asshole, type, they're just gonna fill that space. You being a pushover. I had another question. It's like, what inspires you? Whoever wants to start, go for it.
I'll start. This is gonna be cheesy, but you inspire me, babe.
Aww. Aww.
So sweet.
That's so cute.
You do. You inspire
So
me on a
cute.
daily. What? Are you jealous?
He just said the
Down
Like,
hey.
you guys are gross.
Down hey. No, but yeah,
Nice.
Tiago inspires
So
me.
emotional.
His hard work and dedication, and just his generosity even inspires me. So, yeah, you inspire me on the daily, babe. I inspire you too, right?
Of course, my love.
Yes, of course. Is that an auto response?
Of course, my love.
Of course.
I gotta say, my mom inspires me.
Aw, that's
Being a
nice.
single mom,
I can
you know,
relate. I can relate.
and she had to be father figure for some point, for a couple
Some
of years.
savage boy.
Yeah. But she
Caveman with good hair.
she still dealt with my bullshit. I put her through a lot of shit, but
Are you an
now
only child or
no, I have 4 siblings.
4? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, my mom.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Case?
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Aw.
My parents, both my mom and dad.
Wow.
They're the one that came over here to Cambodia, and they have, they want their kids just to do, I guess, be well, and go to college, get an education, get a good job. Obviously, I didn't fulfill that, and then
No, you're doing well.
my
You're doing well in your own.
I mean, I came a long way from where I was. It. And then my other brother, same thing. Didn't quite fulfill. They fulfilled part of it, but not quite 100%. I felt like, I'm not saying like we failed them,
You
but
let
it's
them
like
down in a sense.
in sort of
Sure,
a
she
way.
doesn't look at it
At
that
a certain
way.
point, But then obviously, I think I worked my way back up, and kind of like.
But you're not a deadbeat. You have a career, and you're actually you have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And you're helping your mom out a lot with the house and everything. I'm sure she doesn't think any less of you.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. But it's
Oh,
more
okay.
like there are things I want to say as
just
growing
say,
up
more-
that.
As good Asian
Yeah.
parents, they wanted you to be a doctor.
Yeah, let's just say.
No,
what
well,
is it,
not my mom. She always pushed me to finish high school. My mom never pushed me to go to college. So I've never really had. I love my mom, and of course she inspires me too. But for the most part, she never pushed me to go to college. She always said, finish high school. Once you're done with high school, if you want to go to college, you can. But mainly, work and help me pay for the rent. So it was like I never had that push in furthering my education. Whereas, so I have always worked ever since I was like 15.
Yeah.
So I've never really had that push, but my mom come from a rough past, so I can't hold it against her. So, but yeah, that's another story.
Yeah.
Who inspires you?
I mean, at first my question was what inspires
Oh,
you? But
what
no,
inspires
it's fine.
you? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. My mom definitely inspires me. She's tough as nails. She's a tough HBIC in the building.
Well, everyone's saying their mom, and I feel like such a bad
it's
daughter.
fine. No, that doesn't make you a bad daughter. No, I'm saying it because, my mom came to the U.S. when she was like 40, and she's gone a long way. Like, she's a citizen now. That's like, whoa. That's every immigrant's dream, is to become a citizen, you know? To like get to the point and you become a citizen. She did that. Yeah. She's got it done. And strength, like lots of strength. I tend to feed off strength and positivity on other people, because I'm inherently positive most times, but when I'm negative, I'm super negative. And I'm in my own head. Nobody's going to know I'm negative at that moment, because I'm not going to be telling the world that I have a negative feeling or that I have a negative thought. I save it to myself because I don't feel like I need to spread it, because I feel like it's just a moment in time that you are negative. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's when I do feel negative, I feed off of like your positivity. That inspires me. Case, definitely. I've known Case for 10 years. And that inspires positive most of the time. Yeah. He's more calm and collected, and that also helps me because I am and I could go on a rant at any time. You just tell me a topic and I'll fucking say a bunch of things. But it's to be more thoughtful of other people's feelings, because a lot of times I don't think about other people's feelings, and she inspires me in that way because she's very thoughtful. Like, she'll never say something about someone that walks by. She'll never say something about, you know, some stranger or whatever. Like, she won't be like, ooh, look at that fat motherfucker. Like, I'll never hear that from her. And that was something that I grew up with like Brazilian culture in general. It's like, look at this fat motherfucker. We should roll him down the hill. You know what I mean? Just trying to be funny, and it's kind of hurtful. But you don't think about it because he can't hear you. So I try not to do that at all. It still crosses my mind because I feel, and then when it does, I feel like I'm a piece of shit. Like, you asshole.
I feel like you and I are almost the same person.
Do you know what I mean?
We are both. You and I are both very obnoxious at sometimes.
Absolutely.
When we get together. Oh, yeah. And then Case is there. I feel like Case sometimes because he's so quiet. No, but we don't do it just like to be assholes. Just because
we weren't doing anything, and he was like, "Oh, babe, let's go on Facebook and read these people's statuses and make fun of them. Like, let's make fun of people's statuses." I'm like, "What?"
That's not what I said. I said, "Let's read and laugh."
It's like
because people say fucking outrageous shit.
Yeah, they do.
I've done that to Case. I was like, Case, and then I pick up Facebook and then I read people's statuses. And then it's like all the fucking haters. You know, there's some random guy who I probably don't know him that well personally, and I don't know his life and all that stuff. But then I know he's a person that just works at fucking, you know, some regular place, and he's like, all these haters hating on my ride, hating on my step, hating on all this shit that I have accomplished throughout these years. And it's like, my definition of successful is a person that doesn't do that. That doesn't go online and brags, because he's bragging about the things that he's accomplished, quote. So I would pick that up and I'll read it with this, and I won't say it with that voice. I'll just say it like, you know, super monotone. And it's funny to me, but then Julia's like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's rude. And it's like, well, he put it online. I'm just trying to make, you know... make a lighthearted situation.
I'm used to you now. I'm used to you kind of like teasing people. Like you have dark humor. And when we first met, I never really had dark humor. My whole family is sensitive. We're pretty sensitive people. So, but it rubbed off on me. Now I get your humor, and like I'm not gonna think twice when you say stuff. Like, I know you're a great person, and you're not like this like obnoxious or ignorant bastard. I know you. So when you're like saying things, you're just trying to be funny, you're trying to make me laugh, and I understand your humor now.
All right. Good.
I mean, it's been 7 years. Come on, like you rubbed that humor on me, and now I feel like a little bit of you is in me now, because I tease people now too. Like between us though, like yeah.
One more thing I wanted to put out is like, what makes you happy? What do you do that makes you happy?
What do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah. Whoever wants to start can
start. What do I do that makes me happy?
Yeah. Something that you do that makes you smile. You're like, oh, I'm pretty happy about this. This makes me happy. So it's something that you choose to do. It's a choice. Like, you make that choice to do that thing to make you
happy.
What
have you accomplished in the past year that you've been really proud of, right?
No. It's like something you do, like an everyday thing. Yeah, an everyday thing. What makes you happy? Or what you want to do that you get to do sometimes. that makes you happy? Like makes you a happy person? Because I see you're a happy guy. You laugh a lot.
I do.
I know Case is happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
whenever we mess with him, he's just like, you bitches don't know I'm single and I'm chilling.
Right.
It's funny. I had so last Wednesday I dropped my car off. I had a couple recalls to in my car, and I got shuttled home and back to the dealership when it was done. And when I was getting dropped off with the guy, he just dropped me off. It was like a 5-minute ride. It's like my house is 5 minutes from the dealership. But when he picked me up to go back to the dealership, we hit some really heavy traffic, and I want to say like that 5-minute ride turned into like a half an hour.
Jesus.
And we were just sitting in traffic, and I was like, "Is it always this bad?" He's like, "Nah, it's kind of weird." But anyways, we were talking about like houses and like where he lives and you know, the market of homes, stuff like that, because I have some new properties going up by my house, and he actually lives in Drake too. And it got to the point where we're talking about, he goes, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 37. He goes, are you married? I was like, no, I'm single. I was like, good, don't get married. And you know, the conversation just took off from there. And it was like, you're a smart guy, don't get married. He's like, because he was Portuguese. He got married when he was 19 back over there. And he came over here. He's still with the same woman. He says it's not always lovey-dovey, but he's still with the same woman.
How old is he?
He's an older guy. He's at least maybe in his 50s.
Oh, wow.
You know.
That's insane.
And it's like, they're all crazy.
Yeah,
Don't
they're
get
all
married.
crazy because he was talking about I forgot whether was it like his son. Oh, so his son is divorced. Well, not divorced, but has an 8-year-old son with a crazy woman. Is how he refers to
what
her.
he said.
Yeah,
Crazy
he said this is crazy woman that he's got to deal with just because of the kid, but he's with another woman that he said he loves. I was like, that's nice, but I don't think he's gonna get married. But he's happy, you know. So, I guess the thing that makes me happy is when
Freedom.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that makes me happy if
Give
I,
us a couple. So people can copy you.
I want to say when people call
Being
me-
single.
No. I mean, being single, yeah, it has its ups and downs. But like, I think the ultimate thing that makes me happy is when I read like a good news. When I see something good happen, that makes me happy. To see other people happy. If other people are happy, it makes me even happier.
Yeah, it
Especially if
Other
it's
people's
something.
success
yeah,
make you
it
feel
really
Yeah, other
does.
people's success, especially when
Really
I
does.
get involved in it, and this person is succeeding it makes me even happier.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
so I'll
you're
just
such a
I
nice
like,
guy.
I like
Sometimes people
He's
get
lucky.
petty
No.
and jealous and hateful when they see other people's success.
And those
but
are the
Case-
Yeah, but those are the
But
people that are
they
not
need
fulfilled.
to self-improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
need, they
you-
need,
they
their
need
own-
a lot of
they're
improvement.
insecure. Yeah.
and either you can show them, and if they still don't improve on themselves, that's when you just cut them off.
Yeah, I can relate to Case. So what makes me happy, this is going to sound cheesy again because I'm a cheesy girl, is when my family is happy, is when my family's doing well. It's you know, my life it's obviously family is like so important, near dear to my heart. So when my family is happy, I'm happy. That's what makes me happy. When they're stressed, even though it has nothing to do with me, I'm stressed. So when they're happy, I'm happy.
Oh, I know.
Well,
I know.
well, something that I like to do that makes me happy. I like to like take a drive alone, and just put on some music, especially like when it's summertime. You know, roll down the windows and just drive. Just drive to
That's
nowhere.
something I used
Yeah.
to do.
Drive nowhere. I'm just driving,
Mhm.
just to drive.
Just feeling the
The nice warm air, and you just
in your hair,
You get clarity
and,
too,
yeah, and
right?
you're
You
just
just
thinking
know
to
thoughts,
yourself.
the
and
wind
you
in
just,
your hair.
yeah, you know, that's what it
No,
makes.
no,
It
no.
makes it helps you like, you know, relax, and you just think to yourself, and you're just driving, and it helps me like, you know, relax and keep calm and collective. You know.
Come back
Yeah.
and do it again.
Yeah.
Come back and do it again.
And of course, this
That doesn't
podcast.
sound like
Oh, dude.
This
happiness.
podcast. I love this podcast.
Aw.
This
I
is
really
fun.
do.
Yeah,
I
this
really
is-
do. This really makes me happy. I like when we all get together because we have a schedule. Even though yesterday
Yeah,
we
you
couldn't do it,
boys.
Now everybody had their own thing.
Yeah.
It's like right after Thanksgiving.
But we all know Fridays are our, get together and.
Oh, I get excited during the day.
And I love it.
I'll make sure that I'm wearing something.
I know. I felt so bad for Tiago yesterday because I was leaving. I was going to my family's house, and he had everything set up. You know,
Oh my
he's
God.
like, "Oh, I'm
I felt
waiting
so
for Junior,"
bad.
and
I
he was
felt
so
so bad,
excited.
yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna talk about
lights
Thanksgiving."
up.
I felt so bad. I was like,
And
no.
then he texts me like an hour later. Everybody bailed on me.
I felt so bad.
I was like, "Oh, but we can do a podcast when I get home."
That's what she said. She said to me.
I felt so
And
bad.
I was like,
though.
I got a microphone at home. I can't make that microphone work with the computer.
Well, it's
for some
happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're here.
But you see what I mean?
works
This
out.
this podcast is actually, we all.
Insightful.
no,
yeah,
It does.
It's
I look
fun.
forward to it on
I
Fridays.
like insightful stuff.
So for you,
Me, I got a few things. Waking up early makes me happy.
Breakfast. Yes.
I don't eat breakfast in the morning.
You
Is that
don't?
crazy?
I don't
No.
eat breakfast
he
either.
hates
No,
breakfast. Yeah.
I don't hate breakfast, but it's not like something I do in the morning. I usually eat after 11 or 12. I like riding my motorcycle when I have a chance.
Yeah.
That makes me really happy.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And I like riding by myself.
I don't like being passenger anyway. It's a lot of work to be a passenger.
Lately, I've discovered painting.
I've
Oh,
noticed.
yes, I've noticed
all
too.
these
I'm
paintings
surprised you
on the
didn't say
Yeah,
Is
Amazon.
that in the background?
I'm surprised you didn't say Amazon is a
That's
good.
down the down low. Oh, I have an okay. I'll
wall.
explain.
That's not happiness. That's an
That's
addiction.
addiction. Yeah, yeah.
That's an addiction.
I have an addiction of getting packages.
Yeah.
I just do. It's not the buying. It's getting the package. For some. Okay, so I grew up where we were fine. I mean, we had food. My mom took care of us, but it's 1980s, 1990s Brazil.
Yeah.
It's totally different. I mean, there was turmoil. There's change. There was an impeached president back then and stuff like that. I can remember, and Brazil was. My mom worked for the city hall, and she could give me as much as she could. My dad was in the picture then, and kind of the same. So I didn't have much. I had enough to be, but I was a happy kid. It was
Yeah.
never an unhappy kid. So like I feel like now because I couldn't go to the store and buy something on Amazon, it's my own little store.
That's not a little store.
and I
That's a
don't-
big fucking
Tiago
store
has a
right
poor
there.
boy mentality.
That's a
Collection.
huge fucking store. That's not a
I
little
like
store.
buying
Anything
things,
and everything.
but you have to understand. I don't buy expensive things.
Yeah.
I buy. Yes, they add up.
You're just impulsive. That's,
And then
we've
I
talked
just
about
like
this.
I like lights, and
Little
Vonda
gadgets
gave me that.
and little
I
gas.
like these lights, like these microphones,
Yeah.
and all of this stuff. That was all Amazon.
All right, be
Amazon's
honest.
providing me with a.
Be honest. How many packages have you gotten this? Well, last week, because don't count this week, because
I don't remember quite a few.
He doesn't count. He loses count.
he lost count.
It got to the point where he stopped counting.
I
He just knows every day something's coming.
I got at least 6 or 7,
Every week, yeah.
and then this week I'm probably getting another 7.
Oh, wow.
Julia's like blinking fast.
You know what's crazy? It's like I didn't catch on to. Well, I caught on to that, but I didn't realize how much you're still shopping on Amazon because I haven't been here. Like I haven't been.
But
to
I'm
the
buying
shop.
stuff that I use as well. Like I needed a new hammer. I'm not gonna go to Home Depot and buy a hammer.
How many times have you used the flint and steel?
The what?
The flint and steel.
Never.
What is that?
only to make sparks.
It's a fire
That's in
starter.
preparation for the zombie
yeah.
apocalypse.
No, I've had that for a while. Though.
Oh, okay.
I like buying knives. So like,
I know, you
prepare
have a thing
yourself
for
to get a knife
knives.
for Christmas.
Every single year.
I already got one. Remember that.
Last time I
Tiago
remember.
buys knives every year.
And it has a little metal flint
Knives
too
are
that comes with
awesome.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I take it with me when I go camping.
Yeah.
It's useful.
Knives are awesome. See, Julian doesn't have a knife yet.
You got me like 3 last year.
He was like, not
Pocket
this year.
knives,
I
yeah.
didn't get you one this year.
He's gonna get you a different
Not
You
design.
recently.
make a collection.
I have one in my car actually.
You should get one like custom made with you guys' faces on it.
Why? That's
interesting.
unnecessary money spending.
Yeah, see, that's a little.
That's a little much.
Too much, right?
Hey babe, here's a knife with our faces on it.
Oh my god.
It hasn't quite gotten there yet.
Well, I have another question. What are you most excited when you wake up in the morning? Like an everyday thing. Case already said breakfast, but
No, I don't normally eat breakfast on weekdays, but the thing what I like the most is like on weekends, if I'm not exhausted from work or if I get up in time. I like to wake up early in the morning as well, And then I love cooking breakfast. Making eggs, hash brown, bacon, all that stuff, because I like eggs, bacon, hash brown, all the breakfast food I love. And that makes me happy when I get to wake up and make myself breakfast, have my cup of coffee, when it's nice and quiet in the morning. I love quiet mornings.
I do
like
too.
quiet
I
mornings.
do
I,
too.
like, I love quiet
I love
mornings.
it.
That's why. That's
when the-
I
that's
wake
when-
up 2 hours before.
That's when
Julia.
everything is most peaceful.
Yeah.
Everything's at
It's
peace.
really peaceful, you know, especially like in the summertime when the sun is out, it's nice and sunny, it's warm, and I'm just making breakfast, having a good time, with doors open.
Yeah.
Call me
That's-
weird, but I like waking up before the sun's up.
been
No, I
doing
love
that.
it too, because I work first shift, so I wake up before the sun's even out, and I leave before like the sun's even out.
I love that.
I love it. I love driving, and
At
it's just
night.
at night. And then when I leave work, it's bright and it's beautiful. I love that for some reason. I don't know why.
You're gonna think it's weird. I meditate in the morning.
Mm.
So
I wish I could meditate.
there's things you can do. I can give you some pointers later. I meditate in the morning. It really helps me with
practiced it too.
stressed.
I practiced it.
I-
because you-
I have zero problems falling asleep.
No,
Like
me
I
neither.
will fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Yeah, me neither. I could do the same exact
And
thing.
it's like, and a lot of people have sleeping problems.
Yeah.
I don't.
The
I
girl-
don't have sleeping problems. Only when I'm really stressed, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
That's why I started meditating, and it really helps. Like it helps, especially Alexa. She,
She heard you.
She's listening.
I love that we have her in our room because I can just say, Alexa, play ocean
I
sounds.
only send audio.
This shit. Not
For
now.
more information,
I like.
Alexa, go to sleep.
on privacy notice, visit
Alexa,
the
shut
section
up.
of your Alexa.
Alexa, stop.
Yes, I tell her to play ocean sounds, and it helps me. It helps me sleep so well. Like
yeah.
when I'm stressed,
You can't
oh,
go
it's
wrong.
so good.
Oh, so the question is, what do you look
Case needs
forward
an
to?
Alexa.
Oh, what do I look forward to? I look
When you
forward
wake up.
to hitting the gym because I'm a
Word.
gym rat. Yes. I look forward to squatting, building the booty, deadlifts, lunges, hip thrusts. I look forward to that at the gym. I don't really like back or arm days, but I do it anyways. But I look forward to booty days.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, that's what I look forward to when I get up in the morning. It's like, oh, today is-
Booty day?
Booty day? Booty day?
Yeah, today's booty day,
All
leg
the girls
days.
at the gym, you
Yeah,
tell them
yeah.
their booty.
Yeah.
But it's more like waking up and, all right, so it's day. I can't wait to get to the gym. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's a certain workout. And, yeah, that's what I look forward to. Like,
Yeah.
when I wake up, I go to work, and I'm just looking forward to going to the gym after work.
Yep.
You know,
It's good for you.
I
We're
do.
gym rats.
Makes you.
Just healthy,
There's.
you know.
It's just fun. I don't know why more
Health
people
reasons,
don't
too,
go.
you know. It's like I'm
I know a
getting
lot of peop-
older.
Yeah, definitely stay healthy.
At least, you know, my body's part's not falling off
Yeah,
yet.
you're releasing good hormones when you're working out, and you're feeling. When you feel good, you're obviously
Yeah,
going to be
it releases
happier in life.
endorphins.
Yeah,
So that's also, like, part
great
of the feel
hormones. Yeah,
There's a saying: if you look good, you feel good.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for
and that's
sure.
so
Once
true.
you look good, you're like, damn, you know what? Fuck yeah, I could do anything today. You know what I mean?
Like, you know when you walk in front of the mirror and just walk by it and then you come back.
You're like, whoa, you know
Hey,
what?
what's up? How you
That's
doing?
what I'm
part
having.
of
That's
it.
when my booty is swole. I'm like, ooh, my booty's looking good today.
No, for me, it's like
Julie
after
takes a selfie when that happens.
after a workout, and when I walk out those double doors from the gym, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, today was a really good workout.
Yeah.
I just
You're,
feel
like,
really
swole?
good.
Yeah.
Not swole, but it's like I had a good sweat. Like I'm definitely gonna be sore tomorrow. When it's a good workout, that's the best feeling. There are days where I'm tired, so I don't have like that
we
complete
have
workout
days.
where it's kind of like, all right, I sort of half-assed it today. It's okay, I went.
As long as you went.
yeah, as long as I
Doesn't
went.
matter. You don't
know.
have to be 100% every
You
day.
know. But that's a part of it too, It's like I don't like to half-ass anything.
All right, then
If you're gonna half-ass something, don't even do it.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Do it right the first time, but don't do it at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
What about Junior?
Well,
Did you say yours already?
Yeah, you did. I had another question. Do you guys have moments when you take a mental picture of where you are so you can go back to that feeling?
I write it down.
I keep it in here. Like there's moments that marked you, and they're so mundane. It's something that you do on a daily basis when you were doing, a certain job or
Yeah.
something that was part of your life for a short period of time. Something that sometimes it just goes back to that feeling. Do you have that?
I've had that recently. I've had that for the past month. That's why I fall asleep so easily now to the ocean sounds because it helps me meditate when I'm thinking what's in my head, that mental picture when we're in Barcelona on the beach. We were on the beach like 3 days in a row. And that's all I picture. We're just chilling, drinking our Jack and diets, and it was just so peaceful. And we were so happy. So I think back then it really helps de-stress me and it really helps me sleep. So that's my mental picture always. Before I go to sleep, I meditate to that.
I think what makes, like, what you're saying is, I think ahead of time. Like, I'm thinking of what my future could be. And that always, like, because me and the girlfriend might be planning to move to Phoenix. So when I think of that, I'm like, you know what, this could, be amazing. And that's what I'm hoping. So if that happens over there, then that would be a big moment that I could keep in my head forever. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking of
you're using
ahead.
like the law of attraction, putting out into your
so that's
brain.
what I'm really thinking of. It's like, that's what makes me happy. It's like, okay, maybe this could happen one day. And if it happens,
it will happen. If you keep working towards it, of course it will happen. It's not impossible. Definitely possible. But that would be sad if you move.
I know.
Don't move to Phoenix. What are you talking about? Can't move to Phoenix, motherfucker.
I might have to start my own
podcast. You stay around here, sir. I'm
gonna have to Skype him into the podcast.
This is what I'm gonna have to do. This is what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna open a company, and then I'm gonna employ all my friends, and we can be all friends and work together.
Oh, don't be cute.
Don't be cute. Okay.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I usually write it down. If there's a moment, something that happens that I do like a lot or I want to remember, I just write it down in my phone. And one of the things that I like to do just on the side when I have time is, like, I just like to write just random stuff. And then as I'm writing, I do that to, like, try to expand my vocabulary at the same time. Because I just want to write stuff and be able to explain things in details. So if I'm writing this down at this moment, I can explain in so much detail.
Yeah, you're more visual. That's why you write it down, right?
Yeah, not only will it bring that visual, it'll bring that maybe that emotion, or whatever that smell or scent is at the time, or the noise. And you can just, like, if you read it, I want people, when they read it, to actually maybe get
what you're feeling,
an idea of what is going on.
Put themselves in the same place you were at.
Yeah, pretty much. You describe it so well, it's kind of like, oh, I was there too, or like I can be there too.
I can imagine being there.
All
right, I'll describe something for you guys then.
Should I close my eyes?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can just look at me and I'll explain.
He's so warm.
So when I was, I'm gonna say 21. I used to work at this place called Mekono Stumpy, and it was about 3 or 4 miles away from my house in Italy, when I used to live in Italy. And I had a motorino, like a 50 cc's.
Yeah.
And I used to work night shifts. I worked the graveyard shift, and I was a boxer, machine operator, all that stuff. The job was boring and very lonely, very loud, so all you could do is listen to the radio while, with the earmuffs on, and you kind of don't really talk to people. You just kind of go around and do your job and whatever. Yeah. But I used to look very forward to the ride home, even though it was fall and it was cold. I mean, Italy's not as cold as here where I was, but it still gets pretty cold and it still snows somewhat. But I used to ride my motorino. It wasn't a Vespa, it was a shittier version still. And I used to ride my motorino, and Belluno is in the middle of the mountains. So in the horizon, as I was riding my motorino through Italian streets home, and this is cold, it's like 50. Yeah. And I'm not cold because I don't care anymore, because when you look, the sun was coming up from behind the mountains. Yeah. And every time, sometimes, it just, that feeling, the cold air on your face, the sun coming up behind the mountains, and there was snow on top of the mountains. I don't know if anybody has ever seen the Italian Alps. Google it. Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous. And Belluno's in the middle of the Italian Alps. So as I'm riding home and doing my little corners, because you have to ride on the right so the cars can pass you.
Is it what we drove through? Like when we were driving?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. And then the sun's coming up behind the mountains over there, and you're like, oh my.
It's beautiful there.
God, this place is insane. Yeah. And then you're just riding home. And that's something that brings me back to that feeling.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I might be doing something completely different, we're hanging out, and I'm having a good sensation, good feeling. We're drinking, we're having good conversation, we're laughing. That feeling comes back to me.
And that's what you think.
Even
of.
though it's completely unrelated
Yeah.
in context,
Yeah.
it still gives me the same warm feeling inside.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wake up looking. When I wake up in the morning, that's the feeling I'm chasing
Yeah.
all the time. And because you have that chase, I think with life, another question for you guys. What gives you purpose? Like, do you have an ultimate goal to achieve that makes you even more excited to wake up in the morning? Or do you just live day by day, kind of not thinking that forward? But
Well, like my main goal,
yeah.
like to make me even more happier than I am right now.
I'm saying, like, when you feel like, okay, I'm not done, because
Yeah.
you can never be done.
Yeah,
You
no,
should
no,
never
no.
be done.
I think, well, like one of my main goals that I'm like really focused on is I want to get my mom a house. That's something I'm working towards. You know, I want her to like not have to worry about, you know, rent or any of that. I want her to just
Be more comfortable.
yeah, and you know, she
Give her
doesn't
the
have to, she doesn't have to think twice about, oh fuck, rent's coming up, or you know, she'll have that money for whatever she wants to do with it. And
I think that's
good.
in our culture,
Yeah, you know.
like in our Cambodian
Yeah, 'cause
culture.
you wanna
is
give
to
back.
Give back to our parents.
Stop
And
making yourself, Jake.
that's what me and my sisters have been talking about too. Like, you know, we wish we can just win the lottery and buy my mom this beautiful home. It doesn't have to be big, but a home where she doesn't have to pay
Yeah.
any rent. Just live the rest of her life
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, that's like
because
the
you know,
ultimate Cambodian.
a lot of people don't.
It's weird how, like, in our culture, to do that.
Because that's the way we were raised. We were
Yeah.
raised to respect our elders. We were raised to give back to our parents are basically.
Because that's exactly what Casey's doing.
Yeah, and that's
He takes care of his mother
Yeah.
that way.
and
Yeah.
that's what
That's
how we were
exactly what he's
raised.
doing. But you have
And
to
isn't
understand,
it-
he's a little older than you,
Yeah.
so he's reached that point
Yeah.
where he takes care of.
Yeah.
you know, you experienced it. You know, it's a good feeling to not have to think twice about what mom is going through.
Mhm.
You know what I mean, or the parents.
Right.
So I think that's something that I look forward to doing, and making sure that, you know, that's one of my purposes in life, is to, you know, fulfill and
Oh, that's really sweet.
yeah.
How about you, Casey?
It's pretty much what Junior said. I'm there already, and just to make sure that everything's all set for my mom.
So what's the next
And-
step for you then?
The next step, well, you know, we're still working at it, and that's why I'm working this other job too as well, just to make sure we're okay.
Yeah.
It also has to do with my lifestyle too, but if I can build like a little house on my property for my dad as well, that's what I do. You know, just for him to, you know, so he doesn't have to go do the same thing, because he's living in this house that's shared by like 5 or 6 different families. He has this little room. I mean, I can tell like he's okay. He's always been like, you know, very frugal type of guy, but he's all right, because he's just looking forward to like retiring. And as far as I know, I think he's going to be going back to Cambodia when he retires. As far as like when I wake up in the morning and I'm at my work, or even at my Target, I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? And then I remember, like, oh yeah, of course, because my family. That's who I'm taking
You
care
have
of.
a goal.
That's who I'm taking. You know, them first.
Yeah.
Of course.
Same to you.
Oh. For me, I mean, I can agree with Junior and Case on that one, because in our culture, we're raised to believe, or that our parents are our God, and to respect our elders, and to give back. But I'll just say something different. I think what motivates me is traveling. I want to travel the world, and I'm always putting money aside, like $200 a week, just towards our travels. That's what I have saved for our travels. I know, like, of course I want to own a home too, but for me right now, my priority is not investing in a home. It's more so traveling the world and exploring different cultures. Like, I am like living to explore other cultures, because I think it opens up my mind to a lot, especially our past trip to Europe. It opened my mind up to a lot, like the way they live, how active they are, the food they eat, the way.
Especially the food they eat. Julia went crazy.
Yeah, I've always said this. I'm living a European lifestyle in America. That's what I'm doing now. I've always said this, but yeah, just to travel the world. I'm saving just to travel the world. That's what pushes me every day.
I think kind of the same for me, in a sense. I don't have to do anything for my mom.
Yeah.
My mom's I'm not
Your mom's
saying
a
your
champ.
mom is not a tough
Yeah, yeah.
cookie, but my mom is a fucking rock cookie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She bought her own home, yeah.
She bought her own house.
Yeah.
She restarted her life in her 40s. My dad, on the other hand, is a little bit more behind,
Yeah.
but not so behind. He pays for it, for his own bill. He does everything on his
Yeah.
own. And last year we signed up for his green card. He got his green card. He was
nice.
able to go to Brazil
Yeah.
and see his family after 18 years. He's very hardworking.
Yeah.
Everybody makes shitty choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My dad made some, but he's doing great. And but if I had the money, I would get him.
Yeah.
I would put
house.
money towards a house for him.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be able to do that on his own very soon, because now he has the means to be able to do it. The other thing that makes me wake up in the morning is stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, I want to bring everybody up with me.
Yeah.
If I won the lottery, those that are closest to me, just not my not just my family in
Yeah.
general, those that are closest to me, like you, Case and stuff, I would bring you
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Because why would I want new friends?
Yeah.
I already have great friends. Like, let's say I played today. I don't really play the lottery because I don't believe it 100%.
Yeah.
As in, like, oh, we're rich today. I kind of like the journey of getting there,
Yeah.
money-wise at least.
Not instant
But
gratification.
yeah. So, but if it happened, because I have played,
Yeah.
and sometimes out of nowhere, I'm just I'll just play something. You guys could be sure that I'm gonna bring everybody with me, because I don't want to be able to, like, oh, I'm gonna go on this cruise. I don't want to go on this cruise by myself. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, with Julia, and we can do that
Yeah.
for sure. But it's cool to have friends with
Yeah.
you as well. So I would bring everybody up with me. I'd find a way, even if it's not just like, here's $5 million, Junior. Find a way to have you, or like to have Case, like, let's work together,
Yeah.
and then so they can have the means for us to, like,
I've thought about
go
that
and
too.
do those things together.
I've thought about the same scenario.
Yeah, keep good people around you.
Oh, yeah.
I have shunned everybody that's negative. If you're negative, see ya.
Yeah.
Lose my number.
Oh yeah,
Same.
I cut off people so fast. Boop. Oh, never mind. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you.
Same here.
Yeah, and it's like unapologetic.
Yeah.
Just
It's not. You move on in life.
Yeah.
There are people that comes in your life for a chapter. They don't need to be there
Yeah.
in your life for the rest of your life. There are life lessons
disposable
learned.
razor people.
Yeah.
You can just
Yep.
throw them up.
That's why
It's
change.
not that you're being mean. It's just
Not
that
disposable.
Yeah.
You just move forward, and some people like to stay stagnant. They
Yeah.
like to stay where they are. They're comfortable. They don't want to move forward. So if you're moving forward, they don't want to come along. So see you later, and then you make new friends, and keep the people that's always been beside you close. But obviously,
Yeah. That's like, I think, like when people do win the lottery, they do, a lot of people do everything wrong. Is they want the huge house.
Oh, yeah.
They want the craziest car. They want all of this stuff. The stuff is just stuff.
materialistic.
After you buy it, you lose that feeling.
Yeah.
Because you have money for more.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're buying the stuff so you can use it with the people that you love and you
Yeah.
want to be around, now that's cool.
Yeah.
And for me, like, even if I did, let's say I win $100 million, let's just shoot really high, right? I wouldn't buy a huge house. What's the point?
Yeah, you don't need no fucking 15-bedroom house.
No.
You just need a 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom fucking place with a
That's
nice
it,
garage
yeah.
for a couple of
Yeah.
cars,
What
Yeah.
about vacation homes in different countries, in different parts
No,
of the
that's
world?
fine, but we don't need a huge vacation.
Oh
home.
no, no.
You know,
Yeah,
I would,
you don't need
I
something
would
with,
buy
like,
a fucking nice house in
20
southern
square
Italy
foot
for
acre.
sure.
That's not my dream to have a huge home. I don't want a
Yeah,
huge
I
home.
never wanted a big home. Always wanted like a 3-bedroom home, 4-bedroom, whatever. Just enough for it
I
just
want-
makes sense.
I
Why
want-
am I gonna get a huge home to collect dust? Like
I want
we're not
3
gonna be in
dogs.
half of
Oh,
the
yeah.
space.
I want 3
I
dogs.
do the same.
When I buy a house, I want 3 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a corgi. I want a
too.
nice corgi.
Me
I want
too.
I want a male corgi.
What's- what's
Don't
a
get
friendly
female dogs.
corgi?
Female dogs are bitches for a
Germa.
reason. That's
Germa
why.
be fucking
Germa is a
biting
fucking
shit.
devil. She's a devil. I want a male corgi for sure. We're only getting male dogs because female dogs tend to be more vicious and
Yeah, they're-
aggressive.
Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be crazy.
It is true though that when they say money can't buy
Buy
happiness,
happiness.
when you have all the money in the world and it's just you,
Yeah.
I'd say
What's
money
the
can
point?
buy my happiness.
No,
but,
money can buy happiness. Money
No, no,
can't
no,
buy
no.
happiness.
Yes, to
But
a certain point.
to a certain extent.
So I'll explain to you something like scientifically. There has been studies that show that when people reach a certain point in salary, so they say that when you when you make $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, you're more happy. But once you reach $170,000 a year, that's with our inflation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You do not get any happier. Your happiness index stops at 170. So it doesn't matter if you make 200, 300, 400, a million. It doesn't matter. Once you hit that 170, that's like kind of the cap.
Yeah.
I think it's like 150 to 170. That's it. You can't get any happier than that. And I'll tell you why. It's crazy because when you make more money than that, you can buy almost anything.
Yeah.
And now there is no goal. Like, if I want a Tesla, I'm gonna have to work hard for it. When I do get the Tesla, I get the
there's
gratification.
no reward. Yeah.
If I can just go and just buy a Tesla, now I can just use it. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, I can buy a Lamborghini. Woohoo!
Yeah.
But when I do go and get my Porsche Targa, which I will, just telling you guys, to leave it in my garage,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a work towards it. Even if I have to buy an old one and slowly restore it,
Yeah.
I'll be like, yes. Targa's my middle name too, so fuck yeah.
No, but it's true though. It is true.
I think there was a quote by that lady that wrote the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
You know, there was a quote that was like, you know, like when you make X, you know, X amount of money that high, you have a responsibility to like sort of give back in a way too.
To society itself.
Yeah, to society itself.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Sort of like that, yeah. But the way
With
she
a lot of
worded
money
it was like I was
comes
really,
responsibility,
Yeah.
when she said it, I was like, wow, that's you know that means a whole lot. And I can see like people like Bill Gates and his wife that have like those those foundations that they created.
They're great people.
Yeah, they give a
They're great
lot back. I mean, the guy's like he makes billions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
But he's
Oh my
giving
God,
back
that
a
guy's
whole
rich as
lot,
fuck.
you know. Like when I see people like all these like Hollywood actors or billionaires, millionaires, whatever, and they're creating like foundations and charities,
great.
and they're just giving a lot back.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like and that's where it comes like you have that responsibility. When you make so much, it's like, do you really? Is it like, okay,
Selfish
you can
to
be,
just
You can only buy so many cars.
yeah,
You
right?
can only buy so many pillowcases.
Do you know
what I
And then
mean?
there's like so much more people that has like barely next to nothing, and you're just giving them something at least. I don't know if it's a actual quote or not from Jim Carrey, because he just have a newfound in life, but he says something along
New
the line where,
enlightenment.
New calling.
yeah, something like that, but along the line where I read it, and it's like, this is what Jim Carrey said. And he says, I wish everybody can become really famous and make a lot of money, because at least that way they'll find out that that is not the answer.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, then you'll realize that it means nothing when you make so much money that,
Do you think it's better to be famous or infamous?
Who wants to be infamous? Like that girl, Cash Me Outside. That girl's infamous.
For like
she's infamous?
She's infamous.
Really?
I mean, she's famous for being stupid. Like, it makes me so angry to see that she has 8 million followers on her Instagram account. I'm like, who follows this girl?
I think-
Who wants to be influenced, and who wants to even... How can this girl inspire someone? I mean, I
Well,
guess...
one, I
don't
wouldn't
know.
say like a lot
I
of
don't
them
follow her
follow her
much.
just to laugh at her.
But
but
that's
then, yeah,
supporting
but then
her.
there's
They're,
other
they're
people-
supporting her.
Right.
Stupidity.
no matter
I
what.
don't follow her because I don't want to support that.
Yeah.
And then there are other people following her because, yeah, like you said, she's influenced these young kids.
I think
who's
it's
kinda
mainly
like,
kids, yeah.
It should,
know.
I think it is all.
They'll be
kids.
like, if I say something stupid also, I'll probably get famous.
Oh, God.
You
that,
could, yeah. you
That girl
could.
makes me angry.
Don't start now.
It's
Do
like
it, do it on your own
15
time.
minutes of fame.
Bobbity bee. All right, there you go. It's
Okay, so
amazing.
this is what it's funny you talked about Jim Carrey, how he said, oh, he wish everybody can be famous so he can see, so that
they can see it, it's not the
Yeah,
answer.
be
That's not the
famous and
answer.
then make so much money that you'll find out that it's really not the answer for anything.
What do you guys think about, how about, you think there will be world peace if everybody was secure with themselves?
You mean secure?
Secure.
Like mind?
With their mind, with what they have. I mean, of course they'll always work for more, but I mean, be secure with, I guess, themselves as a person.
That's shooting pretty high.
Yeah, that's really
there's
difficult
so many
because-
life stories.
Not even just personally,
many
but then you have the
traumas.
governments involved too. And I think that's when it gets out of control.
How will okay?
Because
How?
if anything, us we want resources,
Yeah.
you know, and here on Earth, resources are limited,
Finite,
you know.
for sure.
So it's kind of like peace is like if there's unlimited resources, yeah, there will be peace. But the fact that
yeah.
it's limited, I think we're always going to be fighting for something just to survive.
It's just how humans are.
Yeah.
I think.
That's my
I mean,
opinion.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's
We're
always
fucking
fighting for
hairless
power.
apes, man.
But from what you said, let me take it another level. If everybody on Earth was to wear a lie detector, how different do you
Let me tell you something. That's
But that's
coming.
debatable,
That's
though.
coming.
What?
Because like you can be
A
telling
lie
the truth
detector.
because the lie detector is not 100% accurate.
Only if you truly believe.
No, let me tell you something. A lie detector is coming. There'll be a future where you cannot hide any of your thoughts or your
What the
way
fuck?
to. Where it might not be alive.
won't be
for
alive,
that,
yeah.
Yeah, we won't be alive for
But
that.
you won't be able to. I think humans won't be humans anymore.
We'll be
we're just
fucking
gonna
robots.
be an augmented,
Yeah.
type of. There'll be the purists who are gonna be
We'll have
like,
chips
fuck
in
that.
us.
I don't need to see in the dark. And then I'm gonna look at them and be like, I want to fucking see in the dark. Are you kidding me? There's an implant that'll make me see in the dark. Call me fucking cheetah bitch. Like I'm a fucking, you know what I mean? I want to see in the dark. That'd be cool. And it's like,
It's already happening. So, what is that? Her name is Sophia. The first robotic
oh, I've seen that. I've seen
citizen
that.
of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Like she's
It's
sort of like an AI.
So how does
not
this
as
work?
smart as
Like,
they
what do you?
say she
Okay,
is.
so how does it work? So lie detectors.
That's the
so-
very beginning of it. She's already been granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia.
Get the fuck out of here,
How
really?
does that even
It's
work?
just a gimmick. I saw that. They're fucking being all
Made
crazy
by
and
is
shit.
it Hanson something?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Hong Kong.
I like
But-
that robot you posted.
Which one?
The one
Yeah,
that was doing
from,
Oh, the jumps?
jumping and doing backflips and shit.
Dude, we're fucked.
That shit's amazing.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Was it
Hey,
Boston?
we're fucked, but that shit's
They're gonna
amazing.
do backflips in our head.
He's doing fucking
200
backflips.
pounds of metal.
He's fucking
pretty cool.
tucking and doing a backflip. I'm like,
You know?
fuck, I can't even do that
She's
shit.
very mobile.
Oh my god.
That is cool.
That, shit's
That is
cool.
that is down the fucking street. You know that, right?
Is it?
Boston Dynamics
Yeah.
is like literally down there. iRobot.
Oh, iRobot.
Yeah,
Oh
Boston
shit.
Dynamics is like around there, and it's like where they make sure they make the little vacuum cleaners that people get attached to and think they're pets. But that's what's gonna happen. I think the biggest change in human history has been the invention of work, of like actually having to work. Humans went from hunter-gatherers to farmers, and then real farming with like animals and all that stuff. So you had to get up and you had to work, because if you didn't do that, you would die.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest invention. It took away time from making art and making other things
Yeah.
to having to harvest crops and all that stuff, to sell, to make money, to trade and all that stuff. The biggest change in human society, again, will be the disinvention of work. Because when we make robots smart enough to fix themselves, to take care of people, then there's no need for more people to work.
Yeah.
So if the big and powerful do not change the way society works for us to continue to buy more stuff, because once there's no work, there's no money. Doesn't matter if you're rich
It
and you
doesn't.
own companies, because
doesn't.
people can't buy your shit.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
But I feel like when that day comes, there'll be other type of work. There'll be other lines of work.
So
There'll always be
the other lines of work would be people having free time to do things they want to do. I
Yeah.
think the robots. I have two sides of my robot idea. AI either is gonna come about and not eliminate us, but outpass us and leave, and take over and continue to exponentially become more intelligent, or we're gonna make AI to a certain point and then somewhat slow it down in a way so they can take care of us
And help us.
So let's just say you would have a robot in your house, and that your income would come from a tax system.
Yeah.
So you buy stuff, you get taxed, and you get money. So it's not like you have credits. You have so many credits that you're able to spend every month, something like that. It's not like you have to work. You don't have to work anymore because everything is made by robots.
Yeah.
So you don't have to make anything. You don't even have to drive.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves you time to like have your own crop and paint and
Do what you want.
hopefully humans will have a can't even speak. Have a bad period until we get there, but then we eventually get there and not destroy ourselves in the process.
Yeah.
So, and once we have that jump, then every human will be able to do whatever they want to do and be as augmented or non-augmented and find, whatever they want to.
Yeah, that's a crazy world.
to
We can't
entertain
even-
ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't really say for sure what will happen to, like, what we would do for work or anything because that's just so far.
It's like it's so hard to imagine.
It's so hard to
It's
imagine.
hard to
Too
imagine
hard
because
to
it's
imagine.
And you
I
don't
have,
really
like,
know until it happens. You can't say humans will never work
This is
again.
the
'cause we-
Gradually to when
you-
you get to that point.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't know. You just can't say that humans won't work. I
it's
feel like
gonna
there's
be-
always going to be a
Yeah,
different line of work
We're definitely going to
progressing
towards
differently. Yeah.
that whenever that happens. But like Thiago said, as long as we don't kill ourselves each
Yeah.
in
Trying
the
to do it,
process,
yeah.
destroy Earth, and we can't live here anymore. But
with even though right now there's a period of like people, I think there's a period of us going down with having this new president who doesn't believe in climate change, doesn't believe in science the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be taught, and there's definitely a climb down where the elites are taking over in a sense. But I think there's going to be we're
An
at
uphill.
a point where it can't get any lower. I mean,
Yeah.
there's going to be some
Well, there's
some
already,
drops
if
down.
we have more people like Leonardo DiCaprio, who's putting his own money
Yeah.
into, funding
But I
and
think
Research and
yeah,
that's what I'm
researching
saying.
and all that.
And then I think there's going to be an up period
Yeah.
where with like Elon Musk making Tesla
Yeah.
and the Tesla trucks and self-driving cars and electric cars and more battery technology.
Yeah.
Maybe solid state batteries will become an actual real. They have solid state batteries that don't burn up. They hold 10 times more electricity, more power,
Yeah.
and which means you could increase the power of your phone. Let's say your phone lasts a full day, right? Your phone's gonna last, 10 times. That means your phone's gonna last, 20, 30 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on one charge.
Yeah.
And you can charge it as fast as you want. Like within 2 minutes, boom, you're charged. So then we're going to have cars that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to become much more feasible. Your house is going to run on solar energy and all that stuff. And I think we're slowly progressing towards that. There's a lot of countries. Costa Rica's ran on 100% renewables, I think.
Yeah.
Last month or something. That was pretty cool. The Netherlands are really doing it. with,
He's doing
wind
something in
and
Puerto Rico
solar.
right now, right?
Yeah, he's trying to implement a way in Puerto Rico to run on Tesla batteries and solar power
Huh.
and stuff. And I think slowly but surely,
This-
I'm really thinking of putting solar panels on the roof
Yeah.
right here.
There's always going to be a struggle until we get to the point where
Yeah, because
we-
you still have like third
no
world
ma- no
countries
matter
that
what,
has-
there's
that
always
doesn't
gonna be
have
a
anything
struggle.
close to what we have.
And I hate to bring up, I know you're not a Star Trek guy, but there's a saying in Star Trek where he says, without struggle, how do you know who you truly are?
Yeah.
Because no matter what,
That is huge.
without struggle, you don't know who you truly are.
Yep. If you always had it handed to you,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't know how
then
it's gonna
you
be.
don't know
Yeah.
how strong you are.
What
Yeah.
are you capable of?
So
I think that's why I used to train MMA, and I fought a few Muay Thai fights and one MMA fight, because it's just that feeling
Yeah.
of fear is so
exactly. Yeah.
it's so like ingrained in you. It's like I'm scared, and then boom, you conquer. Or even
Yeah.
if you lose, it doesn't matter, and you're like, I did it.
Yeah, no matter
That
what.
feeling
Yeah,
of
you feel it. Yeah,
accomplishment, you're like-
you actually fought and you tried your best.
Yeah.
Either you won or lost. You'd be like, you know what? Fuck yeah,
Like-
I did it.
Yeah, you have to test your
When-
strength.
When
you
I
know?
was younger, and then I traveled. Like I left the U.S. when I was 18, and then I moved to. I had just turned 18, and then I moved to Italy.
Yeah.
I was in Italy for 6 months, and then I was in England by myself. All of this is by myself.
Yeah.
Like I was in Italy by myself, and then eventually I went to England, and I was there by myself for 6 months. And it was like an
You had
address
your-
and a phone number.
Yeah, you had your
And you know what
struggles here
mean?
and there. You know what I mean?
Like, and
then
you struggle,
that's-
and you find a
yeah,
job, and you start.
yeah. And then
paying
that's
your bills,
that's
and then in the end you're like, fuck.
And then
I
that's-
can do anything.
that's when you
feel
actually
powerful.
that's when you actually learn the true meaning of a dollar.
Mm.
Is when you start to struggle. You know, you know, we weren't always, you know, we didn't always have the jobs we had. We always, you know, but we worked some shitty jobs here and
Holy
there.
shit, dude.
But
I
then, you
cleaned
know,
bathrooms
we
for fucking 7 years.
I mean, you understood that what that dollar meant.
Oh, I did back
I
then
mean,
for sure.
so-
but it didn't stop me and Julia from traveling.
Of
That's
course.
why we
And-
went to Thailand
Yeah.
and Cambodia at that time, and we went to Italy as well back
Yeah.
then. When we went to especially going to Cambodia, you see how fortunate you are,
Yeah.
man. I think the problem with a lot of people is they don't travel enough.
Yeah.
There's people who haven't traveled but have that sense because they're already super open minded. They understand struggles.
Yeah.
Because they've spoken to people that have struggled. They're always watching documentaries, reading. They're always watching videos. They're learning.
Yeah.
So they understand struggle. Some people don't do any of that,
No.
and they don't travel.
No.
I mean, I think there's an epidemic of America. You know how many people I talk to that have never traveled outside of the country? And I mean, like, not just to go to Canada. That's different. I'm talking like going to Asia or going to like the poorest parts of South America or the Middle East or something like that, and see how people live and their culture and try to understand someone.
Yeah, we have the, you know, what we call the first world problems. A lot of people will pick up their smartphones, go to their bank account app, and see that they have no money, but they're holding a smartphone. You understand what I'm saying? That's a first world problem.
That's great.
That's a first world problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I broke my iPhone.
Exactly. But then you know a real third world problem is, you know, they have no food to eat.
They don't have a phone. They
they
don't
exactly.
have a food. They have a half a house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, when we went to
sleeping on
Cambodia,
rocks.
I mean, Cambodians, they mainly get most of their income from tourists.
Yeah.
So it's like when we went, our tour guide, when he toured us around Angkor Wat, he was just telling us, like, you know, he makes $20 within like an hour or so, and that's what he's counting on to feed his family for the week or whatever. But there are seasons that Cambodia is not really touristy seasons. Like, I think it's mainly in like
The summer.
the summer,
Which is
like
winter
3
here.
months. Yeah, so they're really slow, and it just like hearing his story about how he's really struggling to feed his family, and he's even the tok tok guys, they stay out until like 4 in the morning to
Yeah.
try to get a ride so that they can bring home money to their families. So it gives like, it's a really humbling feeling, and it makes me think like, man, if I won the lottery, not only will I help my family, but I want to donate and help a community in Cambodia
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they can prosper, because
Yeah.
Cambodia is slowly prospering. Like not
Slowly.
even like it's so slow.
Slow.
Yeah, it's just still so corrupt.
Do you know what's crazy? It's looking at the potential
Yes.
of a country that's in the middle of a hub.
Yeah.
Like Cambodia's in the middle of a hub of like, it's right next to China.
Yeah.
It's right next to Thailand. That's doing a little bit better.
A lot
it's right.
better.
It's super close to Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look back. Korea in the 1970s was crap.
Yeah.
It was shit, and I mean South Korea, of course. But and then in the 1980s,
That's when they started picking up.
they switched their minds.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna do better.
Yeah.
So they started doing better. And then in the late 1980s, they started doing really good. And in the 1990s, they had the boom. And now look at all the Korean products. I got a Samsung I got a Samsung phone.
Samsung,
I got a
Kia,
Samsung TV.
Kias.
Julia drives
Yeah.
a Hyundai.
Hyundai. Yeah.
I love
And that's-
Hyundai, by the way.
And that they outgrown their past, and you know they
Yeah,
were
and
actually
they grew-
looking.
and they were just as bad, just
Yeah, I
as
know.
riddled by war
Yeah.
as Cambodia was
Yeah.
after the war. I think it's just how people are thinking.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
But
just the
this is-
people. Also,
I think
it's the government that
Yeah,
runs.
it's
it.
the
Absolutely.
government.
Yeah, government itself,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Number one.
But I think the difference between Cambodia right now and South Korea was the United States set up shop and helped them
Yeah,
rebuild.
that's what it was.
And Cambodia didn't have any help.
Well, they did the same thing, but it was the American who also had a play during the Vietnam War,
Yeah.
where it was
The sole reason for the
Part of the Viet Cong.
destabilization
And you have
of
to, and
Cambodia
also
was the bombing of Cambodia by
Yeah.
Richard.
yeah, but you also
So-
have to think, why is it taking Cambodia so long to prosper? There's no leaders in Cambodia. They killed off all the leaders. If you spoke any lick of English or French, you're dead. If you had any influence in the people, you're dead. So they had no strong leadership
Yeah.
to fight, you know, Hun Sen, to fight his army. There was What? Am
We
I
don't
saying
have
something
to
wrong?
go that political.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
it gets deep. Like my dad says.
It is deep, but you have
my
to think
dad
why
actually
they're not
says
prospering.
when we go out and we talk, and I hate getting into politics with him, but sometimes he'll get into it. And when he talks about Cambodia, like right now, he's like, there's no hope for Cambodia unless they remove the guy who's sitting in the high chair. And actually, because there's
And
actually
even- they
there
can't
is
even,
like
'cause
a
he has a
revolution
son.
going on, and the latest guy who was like running for office suddenly died. You know,
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a lot of people thought he was assassinated.
Nobody
in
wants
an
to.
airport.
Nobody wants to
But-
fight against him. Nobody wants to run against
Yeah,
him because
you can say it's dirty. It's dirty
It's-
over there.
it's really dirty.
Dirty
He
politics.
says it's very corrupted, and he said there's no hope for
and
Cambodian
it's way
unless
deeper
they
than
take him
that
out.
too. And there's a whole.
But there's
we
there's
can't
a
talk
lot of
about it, I
people
guess.
here that's really coming up and trying to
Yes.
get Cambodian up to speed with the rest of the world. But the fact that somebody who's in power doesn't want that because
And even
doesn't
if
want
he
to be
dies,
removed.
his son will come in power. So
Yeah.
it's just
It's like it's
never
it's-
ending.
It's really. My dad said there's no hope.
yeah.
You
They have too much power.
And it sucks when I hear my dad say
I
that.
say
you know?
that about Brazil all the time.
Yeah,
I said
it's
that same thing.
I mean, the best we can do for Cambodia is just helping the small communities out in Cambodia. I mean, that's the best we can do because
Yeah.
Giving back.
giving back.
know.
That's all we can do.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has their. I know a lot of people are going to hear this and they can't really 100% relate because maybe they're born here and they always been here, their family's been here, so they cannot understand the immigrant part of it. Like, because they don't identify. I mean, I see a lot of people say, oh, I'm Irish, but it's like, you're fifth generation Irish. Like, you're not that Irish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
You're
were here.
American.
You're American.
Like, you're American. Like me, I was born there. My grandparents' parents were from Italy and stuff, so I somewhat relate to. I lived in Italy. I
Yeah.
learned the language and all that stuff, so I relate a little bit. But I grew up in the U.S., so I identify as American first, even though I wasn't born here. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm here and I chose this place to live.
Yeah.
Would I want to help Brazil? I'd have to really see, because they're gonna have to earn my trust. I left there for a reason. You know what I mean? Cambodia is different. Like, I think it's a lot different in a way. I think Brazil hasn't been in some genocide or crazy war. It was the people that are not willing to fight for their own survival and their own. They keep electing assholes. You keep electing assholes, what you gonna get?
Yeah.
Asshole behavior. Crooks
Yeah.
and assholes. They keep electing those dudes. So what the fuck? I mean, there is no reason to be stupid nowadays. If you're stupid, and I mean in general, like if you're stupid, then that's all your fault because the internet is here. You can
Oh, yeah.
literally pick up your phone and you can find any information about anything. Check your sources, and you will end up knowing something you didn't know. You can learn to do anything on YouTube.
Oh yeah, big time.
Are you kidding me?
You wanna-
Anything.
you wanna learn how to
Dude,
play guitar?
Go
Go ahead.
There's YouTube free.
Yeah.
Fucking free.
Yeah.
You're paying for the internet.
You learn how to
everything
fix your
else.
car? YouTube. Anything. It's all on YouTube.
I put backup.
I don't
camera
even
in
go
my
to
truck.
Google anymore. I just go to YouTube.
Yep.
Go to YouTube.
I go to YouTube first.
Just don't Google health problems, especially don't go on WebMD because then
Some
you'll-
bullshit.
Some
Oh my
bullshit.
God.
Oh, you have cancer.
Oh my God, my heart's
It's
beating
like-
a little too fast. I think
Yeah.
I have cancer now.
Do not look up do-it-yourself brain surgery.
Yeah,
None of that.
don't
Or
do
heart
that,
transplant.
kids.
The only brain surgery you should do is the mental surgery of like you can open your mind and see through the cracks
Yeah.
of problems, and then you can slide right through and fix everything you want to fix.
Or just listen to Bruce Lee.
How do you think I learned how to do all this shit? YouTube, what to buy.
YouTube's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's why this whole thing about net neutrality is really bugging me.
Yeah.
This net neutrality is really bugging me. I think, like, what the fuck are they thinking?
Nah.
Obama passed a law
Yeah.
and safeguarded the internet for us for it to be free and fair. Now, they don't want to make it fair. They say that a company could throttle down your internet if you're using too much Netflix. That's bullshit. The only way that Netflix can circumvent that problem is by giving them more money. And it's
Exactly.
like, well, it's going to open more competition. Get the fuck out of here. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
There's 2 providers of internet in this state. That is no competition. It's not like if I want to buy soda, I can buy Fanta, I can buy the store brand, I can buy, Fanta's like Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
Or I can go and buy Sunkist from Pepsi, I think it is, or I can go and buy all these other types of orange sodas if I choose so.
Yeah.
No, over here, either I give Verizon, which is not everywhere, or I get Comcast.
Yeah.
It's like I have two choices, and they're both semi colluding almost because
They are, because I think it's Verizon, AT&T, Comcast.
Yeah, but AT&T
There's
is
another one.
Comcast.
No,
Oh,
AT&T is AT&T Comcast? It is?
AT&T is the mobile part of Comcast.
But all those, I mean, those companies are the one that will benefit
Oh, they'll
from
benefit
the
huge.
net
big time,
neutrality
yeah.
Because
going away.
now, and why
Because
do they
the thing
want more
is-
money?
No,
What the fuck do they
it's
want?
more like
They're
if you
rich as fuck
if
as
you
hell.
want to
Read.
go read certain content or watch certain content on the internet, it'll be slowed down, or
They can slow down YouTube
Or
because YouTube is Google,
it'll
right?
be like if you want to watch it, you have to pay for it. You want access to Facebook? $10 a month.
Yeah, fuck that.
Instead of
using
now,
Facebook.
where it's like as long as you
Yeah.
have internet, you can
Real
access
quick.
Facebook. You
Real
know,
quick.
you want to watch Netflix? Not only is it $10 for your streaming
subscription.
subscription, now if you want to watch HD Netflix, it's another $10. If you want to watch Ultra HD, it's $15.
And how are they even thinking? What is in their fucking mind? And I mean, the FCC and all that stuff. What is in their mind to think that that's okay?
Because
Do they think we're idiots?
Because the head of it, the head Aja Pujol, whatever his fucking
whatever.
Indian name is.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
You know, that's what he came into, and he's allowing this to happen, so he gets a fat check from these companies.
Listen,
God.
I will give
It's
Donald
all about
Trump.
money,
I will
man.
give
Clear as day.
I will give Mr. Trump another chance if he steps in and says, "Hey, what the fuck?"
He
are
won't
you doing?
because he's dismantling everything
I
that
mean-
Obama did.
Yeah, but
Think about
No,
it.
but
Look
he
at
could
it.
be better.
the FCC, right?
He could do better. He
That's
could be
what
like,
we
you know
hope
what?
for."
You know what? Net neutrality stays
Just because Obama signed
because
it.
I said so.
No. Just because Obama signed
gonna go
it is
against it.
the reason why I want to say Trump is dismantling it out of spite.
No, you can't because
What the hell is
him
wrong
and Twitter
with
are best friends.
Who?
Trump and Twitter are
You
best
want to read
friends.
Donald Trump's Twitter? Pay an extra $5 a month.
You know what I mean? Him and Twitter,
That's
if
what-
the FCC gets into it and they say you can't say certain things, he won't be on Twitter anymore.
No, that's not what the FCC does. Twitter can ban his account,
That's true.
but it's more like if you want to read his Twitter, all his
Pay money.
Twitter feeds, pay money extra for it.
I mean, I
It's-
mean, Twitter's actually pretty good. I think
It's-
Facebook is pretty good.
It's censoring internet. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You want
Can't be-
certain contents, you have to pay extra for it. Now, the thing is, not
They want the
everyone
companies
can afford
to pay
it.
more extra. As
There are
well.
certain
They want-
places that people don't even have 4G or high-speed internet. They're still on dial-up in a certain part of the country.
So, like, think about it this way: the internet in South Korea
It's fast.
is
It's fuck.
way
God.
faster
Fast
than
as
yeah,
fuck.
we know
our
that
internet.
Yeah.
because of the
Fast as
infrastructure
fuck.
here in the United States. Nobody's upgrading it. Google
Do you know
Fiber
why?
wants to come in and start installing all the Google Fibers and be an internet service provider. And then what happened? Like it got stopped.
Why don't we do crowdfunded? Why don't we do something? Why don't people? What's up, Elon Musk? Listen to us, guy. Why don't you
Please.
start? I mean, you're building
Tag
all of
him.
this
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Let's start building your own internet.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what, like I said, that's what Google was coming
and
into.
Have people pay
And by law,
for have a community. So let's say we want to get in your internet.
you can't, not right away, because Google. That's what I'm getting at. Google came in and tried to install Google Fiber and like put up infrastructure of their own, and they were actually stopped by law to cease any new infrastructure. I didn't go into the
That is-
details of why, because I was like, what the fuck, this is so messed up. Because they were actually going around different cities, big cities, and starting to install infrastructures of their own to like get it up to date because they were so old and shit. But I think the fact that FCC is part of the issue because that guy used to be a Verizon lawyer.
Of course.
Oh no shit!
That's exactly.
course.
I
That's
didn't know
why
that
he,
shit.
Of course.
Son of a bitch.
That's-
he
that's
was
why.
the head lawyer for
Yeah.
Verizon, and now he's
Trying to
head of the
censor me,
FCC.
motherfucker.
Now the FCC was put into place, to like mandate like these issues of like they were there to protect the consumer, but now you got this asshole who sits at the head chair of it
Or
is
in
now there. He's favoring those companies who just wants more money out of it, and the fact that if he's gonna do this, those companies just run with fat check as well.
Yeah.
That's why he's fighting for it. He doesn't give a shit.
All right, guys, wait. I gotta go pick up the girlfriend
Sounds good.
from work.
Say your quote of the day, man.
Um,
Because we're gonna end.
Without struggle, you want to know who you really are.
Case that you're.
Be kind, be humble.
No regrets.
Use baby wipes. Toilet paper doesn't clean your ass correctly.
I love you guys.
Love you.
Next Friday.
Next
We'll
Friday.
be here, right, Tiago? This time we'll be here.
Next